crazy weird when I turn my camera horizontally or get this weird like lighting thing. Let me see if it'll work, if it'll do it again. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that's about, but oh well, we'll just keep it vertical for now. Anyways, hey my loves. So I am back yet again. I want to start my dream series on this channel as well. Um, it's basically going to be kind of like a bedtime story, if you will, because I'm going to talk about it before I go to bed. But they're going to be of dreams that I have had. I feel like dreams are very underrated. We do not talk about them enough. Because in my opinion, I don't even think I'm dreaming. I think a whole lot of other things are going on. But yeah, so please excuse my glasses. I can't stand that they like glare off of my mirror, but that's what we got to deal with till your girl gets some more. That don't do that. But anyways, the dream that I want to talk about tonight is very, I don't even know what to call it. It's just very weird, if you will. So this was back in 2013, which should let you know, obviously it's one of those, those dreams that you just really remember. It's very vivid, because it's been 13 years since I had it. Well, I was working at the post office at the time, and if you've worked for the post office, you already know, especially a warehouse. You already know. But working there, like, you kind of take work home with you, as far as like still being in the motions of things. So like I would have dreams of like sorting mail. Okay. But anyways, just to give you guys a background of probably where my dream is located. So, because it looked like two supersized Walmarts, which definitely gives me kind of like the post office warehouse vibe. So anyways, I'm walking around and there's mail machines. So there's that. But I'm walking around like a normal day at work. And the difference about this place in my dream was there was like a big forest inside of the warehouse. At first I'm like, okay, since when do we start doing agriculture here? But all right. But anyways, I see this guy, one of my coworkers, and he's walking in this forest, and I don't know him in real life. Obviously, he's just, in the dream. And he's walking in the forest, and the further he gets, the darker it gets. And I'm like, that's kind of weird, and so I follow him. Of course. I follow him. Okay, so yeah. It's darker and darker the further he gets, and I start following him in this forest. And it comes to a certain point where there's something that starts emerging from the ground. And as this thing gets in the sky, it looks like the just ugliest creature. If you had to call a demon something, or your enemy, your op, whatever word you'd like to use, the energy that goes against the grain for you to be the best version of yourself. Yeah, that entity decided to show itself and start hovering in the air. And so when that happens, I start to float and start hovering in the air. And I'm not sure if I'm singing, I'm not sure if I'm talking, because the whole dream is on mute. It's kind of like I'm figuring out, what's going on, from either reading lips or just, I don't know, innately knowing what was in my head. I don't know, guys. Anyways, I get the floating and singing or talking, and then next thing you know, the guy who was walking in the forest, he turns around, and as he faces me, it's like light shining up against his face, and like the or whatever. And the more that I keep going, the dark negative entity, it keeps going further down into the ground until it goes into the earth, and then it's gone. After it goes down into the earth, the guy just goes off, having a normal day. I'm descending back down to the ground, and I go back to work and having a normal day. Hey, okay. So that happens. The dream skips to lunchtime, so I walk to the cafeteria to go get my lunch. And when I walk in there, now this guy in my dream, I do know, ladies' man type of player, type of guy. But he's surrounded by women, and he's just talking them up. You know, they're just, oh my gosh, you know how it can be. And I just walk up to him and I'm like, I think this was the only time I could hear myself speaking in the dream. I either said something along the lines of, do you think you're going to get into heaven doing this? Or do you think God is going to be pleased with you doing this? I want to say it was the second one. Do you think God is going to be pleased with you? Basically talking to all these different women. And it was like a switch happened. And it was like he just, and then just went to work and ignored the ladies. You know what I'm saying? It was random. It was weird. I don't know. After he walked away, I grabbed my lunch, heated it up, sat down, started eating. So I'm almost done with my food. And by the time I look up, I notice the cafeteria is quiet. There's nobody in here. And as I look outside of the cafeteria, I'm not seeing anybody either. So I'm like, okay, let me go see what's going on. And so I step out of the cafeteria, and tell me why every last one of my coworkers, okay, hundreds of people, are walking in this forest. Lord. Walking in this forest closer to the darkness. And I see the little ugly little thing in the air, and he's doing whatever he does. And which is obviously luring people into the darkness. And I'm like not having it. I walk, into the forest too, and ascend up. And then this time, whether I'm singing, praying, talking, I don't know, but this time, which I'm assuming I'm like rebuking him and like, sending him back towards return to sender. Your energy's not, it doesn't belong here. You don't deserve, you're not going to take these people, in other words, you're not going to take their souls. And so, because I'm aggressively at it now, I'm in the air and I'm like doing my thing, and every last person turned around and faced me and had that light, shining up against them. And before they could even start walking towards me, I had to like turn it up a notch or something, because I got higher into the sky, and it seems like I'm going even harder in whatever I'm saying or singing. And this ugly little guy is not happy with me. Okay. He is looking at me like, how dare you? What are you doing? Who are you? What are you? And then like before, goes back down into the earth. I'm assuming back to the pits of hell. Who knows? But yeah, so after that happens, he leaves. Everybody goes back to work, and I wake up. That dream has stuck with me for years, obviously, as you can see. It was so vivid. It felt so real. And I just woke up with the biggest, like, bewilderment. Like, what? What is really going on here? What does that mean? And so, I don't know. What do you guys think it means? I'm definitely excited to hear somebody's opinion. Have you ever had a dream like this before? And I don't know. It's just given. I was doing some things in the spiritual. I wasn't just over there sleeping, catching Z's. Okay. But, yeah. So that is my little dream story time for the night. I hope you guys enjoyed your day. And until next time, my loves.